guys, guess what time it is?
It's time for small potatoes.
Where we give you a naughty tease of our latest Patreon episode.
Be sure to subscribe. Links are in the description.
I always lean to the Golden Girls because the Golden Girls, fucking best show ever. But like their characters were in their 50s.
hmm
Like they ranged from like, I think it was 52 to 58. And nowadays, the 50 somethings are the J Lo's and the Jen Anistons and like
hmm
Demi Moore's like 62. Like it just gets hotter and better.
Yeah.
And so when you're talking about an industry that is very looks and appearance based as well, regardless of
hmm
what the look is,
hmm
it's you're invested, whether you're the tatted, goth girl or the BBW plus size girl, or you're the Pam Anderson like Hollywood model. The look is really important. And if you're
hmm
working into your later years, assuming you didn't start late, then
hmm
I'm trying to think the right words. Be as PC as possible, yet we would be considered on the mature side if we
Oh, for
rejoined
sure.
or joined the forces.
Yeah.
And so it just looks different. Like it's much more common to be Botoxed and beautiful
Yeah.
than procedures and products allowed back
hmm
then. We're
Yeah.
just in a more advanced aesthetic era, I think. And so is the experience with someone that looks like a Jen Aniston different than the 22-year-old new girl? Dun
Well,
dun dun.
yes, fair.
Right?
But I think this aesthetic is mostly emphasized by the women. It's by us that
Mm.
we put this pressure. And listen, there's always going to be the clients that literally are only interested in a specific aesthetic. But for the greater majority, and I think what we're really seeing from like owner's seat and dealing with more clients or more volume of men is that it's
Mhm.
kind of more about who she is, her personality, her character, how she can connect with him, how she can
Yeah.
empathize. And let's face it, someone that's a little bit more mature has those qualities. She already possesses them. She's had the life experience and the lessons to become who she is now. And I'm sorry, a 22-year-old just can't replicate those things.
Oh, I love when you drop a hot take. That was a double hitter. That was so good. Because it's true, women are our own worst critics.
hmm
And you'll see it on social media. As much as there might be a few asshole men that like blah, blah, blah to a woman in the comments, it's like 90% women just being like, you shouldn't wear that. You shouldn't look like this. Why are you showing your ass? You should show more. You should show like it's just, it's bad.
hmm
It's real bad. That was so good. Oh, you spicy girl. But it's true. And then to add in that extra layer because it's life experience does things to everybody
hmm
that like refine you in many respects. You get chiseled more through the
Yeah.
facets that you develop and you become in some ways more diverse or have more depth, and yet you also cut out so much bullshit that you're like, I'm only dealing with these many things, or like I'm
Yeah.
only interested in this lane, and that's I'm not
Yeah.
putting up with anyone else's nonsense. So you also have confidence because of that. And when that's a sexual confidence, a physical confidence, a an autonomy awareness is really
hmm
interesting. I think athletes are such a good example of that. Because when you're a kid, kids learning hockey or like her first day at ballet, and you're like, point your right foot. They don't know what their right foot even is.
Right.
They don't know if they're pointing or if they're about to slam into the boards. Like they just don't know what's going
Yeah.
on. I did a lot of figure skating, a lot of dance in my young life. And the amount of times now I think about certain moments like that where I'm like, oh, that's what she meant about my hip flexor.
Right.
That was back then.
Yeah.
I just know ballerina teachers would smack you with a ruler when you needed to tighten up.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything more than that, right? And so when you're more in tune, especially with sexual experience, you know what feels good where, and you
hmm
could be completely blindfolded and still be aware of where someone's touching you and that what
hmm
that means to you, how far that is away in proximity to other parts of your body, how close to you they might physically be. Like there's just an awareness that
hmm
comes about. And when you can take that like almost instinctual knowledge that comes with that. Like it builds into your DNA, into the grain of who you are. It's not a conscious decision.
Right.
But then you're able to wrap that all up in a sexual product or service and
Mhm.
deliver that. The delivery is in,
Mhm.
that's where the fucking zest and the spice is. Because a 22-year-old may be very aware. She could have been a dancer her whole life too,
Yeah.
right? And so she knows all the moves and all the things, but it doesn't have the same like marinated depth of flavor that
Yeah.
comes with a more mature woman. There's
Mhm.
women
So
are
true.
so lovely.
But I mean, there's a few clients that we've spoke about recently, that we know that really aren't into all of this. Like it's this for them. It's this. Like it is the inner workings of the person is
Ugh,
exactly how they
sexy.
pick and how they're attracted. And I love that. And I don't want to shit all over the baby sex workers because we love them. Uh, but there's just something that comes with age.
Well, with the baby sex workers, this is why we train them, is because
Hmm.
we know better. We know not to throw them, no offense, guys, but into a den of wolves. Because on
Hmm.
your first day, you're kind of like about everything. You're just out of like your teens. Like, we don't really hire anyone
Right.
younger than 20, I don't think. I think we have an 18. I don't think we've ever had an 18-year-old. Anyways,
Right.
19 and up is good. Most of our girls are young 20s, right? And there's still like an immaturity, not in a negative way, but like in a sponge kind of way. Like they
Hmm.
haven't absorbed all that seasoning and all that chiseling and those heartbreaks and fails and huge
Hmm.
accomplishments and the milestones that come with that maturity. And again, you could be slutty, but that doesn't mean you're having quality encounters. And there's something that we get picky about when we're older that like now it's about me. Like
Hmm.
if I don't come to, and if you can't find a clit, we're not having dinner. Like
Right.
it's not even a thought or negotiation, right? And so I also, maybe I'm assuming a little too much or painting all with one brush, but from the mature women that we've had on our staff that have been some of the most phenomenal attendants that we've come across,
Hmm.
which when they finally tell us little tidbits about their intimate parts of their session, I'm like, you do what? Always blown away by the skills that these women have.
Yeah.
It's it's something that we have been able to witness, like how men react to it is really, really interesting. And sometimes I have to point out to these guys, you need a seasoned session because
Right.
you're getting caught up in all this 22-year-old nonsense. And we need to take you just like back to basics. And that's
Right.
where this conversation came from with one of
Hmm.
one of our near and dear clients, who's a prolific fan of ours. Let's call him Dave. Hi, Dave. We love you. And he has been going through some things. Life for Dave is a little bit challenging right now on a personal level.
Hmm.
And he's a smitten kitten often for these young girls. And I don't blame him. They are just dashing and lovely and full of energy and probably bring a freshness to his view that is just fantastic, right? Because there's something about youth that we all covet too. Let's be real.
Yep.
It is the thing. So there's all that, but it can also get a little dizzying, you know what I mean? And like, they're 22. So how about we just take a step back. Let's just focus on you for a minute. And I was like, you know what you really need? You need to come in and see so and so because I've done this to him before a couple times where I've put a challenge to him and I'm like, I want you to pick someone off our roster that is over the age of 28 or, that isn't in this category. And
Right.
he'll go have that session. And afterwards he's like, that's exactly what I needed. Like it kind of like reset the scales. It's like a blank slate. Or he's like, I felt parts of my body I didn't know bended that way before. And like
Right.
it's just this like original kind of experience that sometimes Dave even messages me and he'll be like, is so and so free? Because I really need a little of that right now.
Yeah.
And I know that he's kind of in that position where there's just something more therapeutic in the
Mhm.
sexiest way
Yeah.
because it's like soul food. And there's something about the mature sessions that are just, I don't know, more fulfilling, like a
Mhm.
warm Sunday dinner. Like there's just
Yeah.
something very yummy about it because they're so fucking skilled.